Hi everyone, welcome to my video. This is Darla Lucian of Darla Lucian Studios, and today we are on number 5 of the winter journals. But before we get going, I'm just going to ask you to hit the like button so you don't forget about it later. You know, your life will be full of sparkles and sunshine if you like my videos. And if you really believe that, you should subscribe too. Not just subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get the next video coming so that your inspiration can keep on rolling. Please comment. I ask lots of questions when I make my videos, but I also ask questions in the notes at the bottom. The notes there, I ask questions there and answer the question. Tell me about your journal making experiences, what you've used, what you like about what I'm doing, or what you think I could improve on. Where do you think some of these different kinds of materials could be used, and what kinds of stuff have you tried in the past? It's always great to share knowledge and expertise with everybody. Speaking of sharing, why don't you go ahead and click share? Share with some other crafty people, share with other people who want to be inspired, and they can enjoy the video as well. All right. Well, I'm pretty excited that we're getting a little bit closer every day to 100 subscribers. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, but I am creating something for when we get to 100 subscribers. I'm pretty excited about it. I can't believe how quickly it's coming up. I have been working really hard making videos for you, and I really appreciate you subscribing. So definitely know that if you're in the first 100 subscribers, that there's going to be a special giveaway for that. Okay, so winter journal, like what I was saying. So let's get rolling here. So last time we made pockets. This is just an extra piece that I had. Yeah, I think you probably remember that we made that one. If you haven't been following, like if you just jumped into the series like at this video, I'll put a link down below of the playlist so that you can catch up to where we're at. This pocket was really great to make, and then here are the other ones from yesterday, which it will be for you. So this was from a quilting magazine. These are from old book pages. This is a library card our pocket that we made that you can actually slide stuff in. And then I cut this piece of vellum because I wanted to make a side pocket like this with this, and I thought this really looks like blustery blowing snow, and I had just the place I wanted to put it. Anyway, I will do that one at the end because that one is going to require clips to glue, and so then I'll be stopped videoing for a little while. All right, so this journal, which we haven't actually dug in all that much recently, we're going to start working on some of the things. So I actually have this inside pocket that we need to do, and it's just really simple. I have clipped, this is how I do things. I clip, you know what? I think I'll just put that there just to hold it open. All right. So I have clipped a few things there so that we can just kind of clip them down. I wanted to do them on camera with you guys so that you could see. And I just use paper clips to kind of organize my thoughts. So like, I think this should go on this page, so I've just paper clipped it on. And as I'm kind of getting ideas, I go through and I clip things in, or I use like sticky notes. Look how pretty these ones are. I love these ones. Actually, I'm having a hard time using them because they're so pretty. I don't want to use them up. Isn't that silly? And this I sometimes use when I'm gluing to just make sure it's nice and flat. Anyway, you're seeing the inside workings of Darla Lucian Studios now. Okay. So that I'm going to just put right on there. This is just simply a page from scrapbook paper. Oh, right. I have my glues right in front of me now. What's going on? Oh, there we go. All right, I'm going to tuck this guy underneath because we do not need to glue my nice ribbon closure. I love this. It has an ombre effect. I don't know if you saw that when we were making it before, but the top is blue and then it shades into browns, which I think is just perfect for this journal. Alrighty. Generous with the glue, always a good idea. I mean, it is the outside of a pocket, not the part where we're going to be going in and out of, but still a good idea. All right, now let's just make sure that it's even at the top, because that's going to be most noticeable if it's not. All right, there we go. All right, and this was just one of the images from Stamperia's Winter Tales collection. They have such cute stuff in there, and basically anything that's like blue and wintry would actually work in this journal. And we may just end up going there later on when we go do some more decorating. Whoop. All right, so what I wanted was for her to kind of hang over a little bit on the edges, because I want her to kind of be popping out. Oh, this corner did not get as much glue. I'm just going to re-glue this whole section. Seems like the glue dried before I got it down. All right, good. Not good. Boy, this one spot doesn't want to. Okay, are we good now? If it's keep giving me grief, I might go switch to tacky glue. You gonna behave yourself? You tell me now. I don't know. We'll try this blue also. Needs a little work, looks like. Okay. I don't know, maybe I grabbed it by the corners and lifted the glue off the corners. That wasn't the smartest move. The corners are the part that needs to be glued down the best. Alright, and then I'm going to just put this little label on. So cute. So cute, this label. And I want to kind of have it so that the snowflake kind of shows up behind there. Yeah. Good. Okay. So then the front page is kind of, usually it's like the Ex Libris, which is like from the library of, or this book belongs to. You might have seen people put labels like that on. And so I have printed this book belongs to, and I found this lovely paper. I don't know if you can see the there's a texture to it. It almost looks like a linen, woven linen, but it's paper. And so I was gonna go like that and then put this at the top, but this is not glued down as good as I would like, so I am going to re-glue. I don't know if I just glued it in the one spot or what, but let's try this again. Lots of glue, so much so that it can't complain. Alright, so I'm going to just glue this down first, and we'll see if it's going to glue onto this. I'm concerned that this might be a bit too shiny for glue stick to work, but I guess we shall find out. Always be generous with the glue. You know what I mean? Because you definitely don't want it coming up after you've given it as a gift, or, you know, if you're selling your journals. Actually, that'd be interesting for me to know. People who are watching my videos, do you sell your own journals? Or do you make them as gifts, or do you just make them for yourself? I'd be curious to know, because that might change the kinds of videos that I make. Alright, that seems to be pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to glue this down on here, actually. And I'm going to need to move that, because I need to figure out where these guys are both going to be. So that guy's going to be about there, I think. And then that guy fits about there. Alright, so you just hold that for right now. Excellent. I'm going to make sure those corners are done last. Alright. So I think I probably told you this trick before, but when you have a patterned paper behind, you can use the pattern to help you line things up. So I just lined it up with the straight line. this one was actually pieced together. I know you can't really tell, and that's the point, but it was just scraps together. I just thought it would work best like that. Okay. And again, lining up as straight as we can. And I don't mind it coming to the spine slightly more than to the edge here. All right. Well, that looks great. I'm very happy with how that turned out. So we have a few different kinds of blues going on here, but it's just all blues. And the nice thing about blues is they don't really clash. Sometimes you can get colors like greens, for example. Greens are very hard to match. I mean, it has to be the exact shade with so much blue or so much yellow in, or it just doesn't work. But blues are much more forgiving than that. And generally speaking, most blues all go together. So we're kind of keeping kind of a matte sort of neutral theme. So I'm kind of staying away from bright blues, but that allows us to have kind of a little bit more of leeway when we're making our paper choices and embellishment choices. All right, so you might have noticed I put notes in, like always kind of plan a little bit ahead, and then just kind of basically I plan using kind of like bullet points of like what I want to do or what I want to get done in the video, or in the case of in a journal, if I'm working on a journal for somebody, I will use sticky notes throughout to remind myself what my thought was at the time, so I don't have to rethink every time I open the journal when I go to work in it what my ideas were. All right, so with tacky glue, it binds really well, but it just takes a minute. So you actually have some forgiveness in if you didn't lay it down exactly in the right spot. You can pick it up, wipe off the page, and re-stick it a different direction or a different placement. But if you don't want it to move because you got it in the right spot, like right now, there we go. All right, and then I wanted to do the same thing in the back. So I have that one tagged. So in the back half of the signature, the quilt corner goes on this one. Where's the other quilt corner? Here we go. All right. I liked these ones, and I'll show you why in just a sec. I just realized that even my clothes are coordinating really well with the, the journal this time. Oh, I was so cold this morning that I had to put on a little bit of a jacket thing. Fleece little jacket, and it matches this journal perfectly. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you. So when I was looking through the quilt journal, or quilt magazine, oh, I'm losing my paper. I'm totally distracted by that. Okay. When I was looking through the quilt magazine just to see if there was any pages that might work in these journals, I found this one, and it had like all of these blues in it, which I thought were really great. And look at, like, the lighter blue is very similar to the shades here, and I just thought it was very nice opposite to kind of dress up a plainer page. And this is some of the tea dyed stuff. It's not as plain as maybe it looks in the video. There is like some tea dyeing aspects on there, but it's very, very subtle, and so I thought a pocket would be nice to embellish it. All right, so then I was thinking about putting this vellum piece in, and that I was planning on putting on here. All right, so here's kind of what I was thinking. See how it's kind of like a nice pattern and kind of a bold pattern? And I thought, but it will show through this icy one really well. And so I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to clip it on here because I had already said I'm not going to do this right now because then I would have to stop the video because I'll have to put the clips on. All right, so, but I'm going to clip it there so that I have it in the journal so that I have an idea. All right, so then we have, let's see, what do we got here so far? So we've got that one, and then we have our CD cover, which we can decorate. Then there's this corner tuck, which is just, you know, like you can put things in from the side. It's kind of like a pocket in a sense, but I didn't glue down that side. Let's see. And then where to here, which is, oh, let's get that apart. Okay. Well, because this one opens on this side, this one is going to be on a right-hand page. It just has to be. There we go. So, I think, what if we just put it right there? And we will go glue, glue, glue so that we get the 4-pocket thing happening. I better double look at which way this is. Okay, yeah, so I left the cut side on that side. All right. And I'm putting a good thick bead of glue down these because pockets see a lot of innies and outies, and we definitely want them to stay stuck. All right. Perfect. Ooh, I love this blue to this page here. This is perfect. Not that we're going to see a lot of that once we get the stuff in, but nonetheless, I really do like how these pockets turn out. They're fabulous. All right, so since I have this kind of biggish pocket here, I'm going to put a library pocket in the back half of the signature. Now let's see, where do we want to put it? This is very close to the... Oh yeah, we need to do this one too. I think I'm going to be putting some paper down that side. So, well, the other thought is to glue it down as a corner tuck or like a corner pocket so that you can put stuff behind too. I think I will do that. Alright, so again, we're just gluing it on 2 sides. On this one, just kind of like the triangles so that things can be tucked in that might be bigger than the pocket is. And that way it still allows a lot of the pattern to show, which is great. Alright, so let's see, how are we doing? I've got my checklist. We've done the front inside pocket, we've done the Ex Libris, we put the quilt pockets in, we put the library pocket in, and the envelope pocket. Now we have the book page pockets. Alright, so one in the front and one in the back. So this one's going to be, well, no, actually it doesn't necessarily matter. So we have it on that side, so I'd actually like to have this one in the back, because I just saw which way the other one went. Well, that really stands out nicely there, doesn't it? Well, let's put that there. Alright, into the corner we go. Does like to move around a little. So once you've got it in position, you've got to hold it so that it sticks. Ooh, a little too much glue there. I think it's because it slid a little. There we go. All right. I feel like I need to tell a joke or something. Sing a song. There we go. That looks good. All right, so then equal and opposite on the other side would be, oh, right here where we already have one. Okay, so that's not going to work. So, how about there on the blue then? I like that too. Now I'm definitely full of glue goobers. Okay. So I believe on the other side is the tuck spot of this one. But that's okay. I mean, that'll work. Oh, I wonder why that's coming apart. I'm going to give that a little hit of glue itself then. I'm not sure why that's coming apart, but it is, so let's just make sure that it stays together. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this one here. So again, we're kind of where we need to give ourselves some little support. And then this, I was just going to do something as simple as that. These are just some of the little fussy cuts from the collection. Oh, glue's right in front of me again. Man, it's awkward when it moves there. It's not where I'm looking for it. The one thing with the fussy cuts is to make sure that every little part gets glue, because if they're not glued down, then just one small bit could lift up and tear off, which, you know, like we certainly would not want at all. All right, there. Well, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's look at the CD cover. Now, what are we going to do with that? I think collage maybe around the outside. What size circle is that? Do I have a circle here that's the same size? It's about that big. So that'll be helpful. I can measure. Oh, my fingers are full of glue. Glue and ink. That's such as an artist life, right? All right, so collage bits. Let's pull those over. So we could do, I guess I better get this up so I can get to my collage bits. There we go. All right, so what we could do is one big piece and then cut out that shape and put it on, like something like that. Might look nice. I think that's too small, actually. Oh yeah, way too small. But I could always find a whole piece and do that. But there's so many of these lovely little delicious bits that I think could be useful. See, like that's fun. These are kind of old from that collection, but this gold stuff could be useful too. And I think we grabbed some of this stuff last time. Maybe I won't grab the lace this time. It's a little too obvious that it's similar. Does that make sense? Some of those aren't very wide. That's wider. Alright. Some of this plaid, that's kind of interesting maybe. And the opposite page is that light blue, so I don't want to use that. But there is some of this other stuff. And then, let's see. How wide is it? I don't know. Not really. Okay. Well, let's say that that's good. Alright, just need a sip of tea. It has gone cold on me. How annoying. Okay. So, I'm going to keep this handy because I think that will be handy actually. Oh, pardon me. Alright. So let's see what we think. So it's, oh, okay, so it's, I had forgotten that this was behind, so I'm not going to put those on, obviously, or it will just disappear. Alright, so this piece right there, I'm just going to start putting stuff down right away. Instead of making a whole big plan, I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so then I need a little bit of that curve. So where is that handy dandy little stencil now? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm very lightly going to put this line on. Oh, I need to have this in the right spot first. Okay. Very carefully draw that line on. And now I am not the best at cutting curves, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay. I think this is getting very full because it is curling up on me. So I'm just going to glue it together. Okay. All right. So then, what do we want next? Some of that maybe? Where did that pencil go to? All right. Let's cut about there. So that'll give me some tearing room as well. Oops. Goodness sakes. That box is just not in the right spot there. Okay. All right. So we're going to tear this bottom part. so that it's just a little bit more jaggedy, and I tore the piece that I was taking away up so that it would leave a little white line, like we'd see this inside part of the paper. Nice jaggedy bit. Okay, so now we're going to just take, well, let's move this just slightly. There we go. So now we're going to cut out that part. Okay. To hold the light, have the light hit it a certain way so I can see the pencil mark on here. It's such a busy pattern. Alright, so I'm going to save this because that's big enough to be used on something else. Alright, so we're going to line up this corner and this line coming down and going across the top. There we go. Perfect. So for some reason this did not want to go down here, so we're just going to help it out a little again. There we go. Alright. So I'm liking how that's coming. So some darker bits, maybe. I don't want to go all the way up to the top. Something like that. Maybe just a little more. Alright, and then pencil. Now to line this up is going to be a little bit trickier because it isn't as big as these other pieces were. Alright. We still got it. Alright, now can I see the cut? Oh, I can see it. Well, it's definitely easier cutting the inside part of the curve than cutting it out and then not exactly knowing which direction your scissors is landing on that curve. I think I've learned a little bit about how to cut a curve better just from doing this video. Alright, so then we need, I think, one last piece there. Now what do we want to use? We use this kind. That's very similar. Oh, this pattern, this gingham one, possibly. Yep, that looks good. Alright. So that means all this can go away. Get out from underfoot. Alright. Let's make sure that that's exactly where it's going to be. I want to follow the curve that's there, because it would be silly if it's not matching after all this effort to try to draw this in here. Alright. Alright. for some reason I have it up just a little too high. So I'm going to just trim that edge. To sneak up, so let's just give it a little extra glue and then make sure it stays down. Alright, well, I am definitely liking how that's looking. How are we doing for time? Okay, perfect. So we have just enough time to tuck a few stuff in the pockets. So let's stuff the pockets. Let's see, so the first pocket is here. We could put one of the bigger cards there. Oh yeah, see, that looks great. I have a few of these that I made ahead. I need to have a square one for here, and I don't have that yet. We might have to make that one. Oh, here's a... What about this blue one? Not sold on that either. These ones are a bit small. Okay. Well, actually, this one might work. I think that's the one I showed you with it at first. Alright, well, that one can go in there. Okay. So here on this page, this is where this one got. This guy can go there. Yep. That's better. Okay, that one, we're going to do a video upcoming that we're going to have a journaling card that's going to fit in there. But we could put one of the little guys. Oh, this altered playing card, this ace, could go in this front part. Like that. Let's see. Yeah, like that. And then, oh, we have that vellum pocket today. Will he fit in to his zone? He goes down a little too far. I'll put him in there. Alright. Okay, so then our last thing to do is to put the vellum pocket down. Perfect. So like I said, this one is going to require clips. So I am going to grab my package of those out. These are just binder clips. I find them really useful in junk journaling. It's amazing how often you need to just make sure that something is really glued down. Now vellum likes to super curl when it gets wet. And it might start curling even before I get all the glue on here, actually. Because it doesn't take all that long for that to happen. And then it makes it much harder to place. Because it's hard to line things up when it's all curled. But I'm going to try to get it on and then clip it as soon as possible here so that it stays stuck. Now, I have done a decorative edge on here that's kind of, I think it's either it's antique or Art Deco, a deco kind of thing. So I'm not actually going to go right to the edge because I want to show off that edge. Alright. Now, yeah, it's already starting to lift. So I'm going to clip that there. And I'm going to clip down here at this corner. And that'll help with all the other clipping. Okay. The little guys have less weight, but I don't know if they can reach as far. And it's not like I'm going to be tossing this book around a huge amount, so. Oops. Yeah, like I want that corner down for reals. Let's see. This little guy can probably fit over here. And this guy can come right next to him. Alright. And then all along here, literally right next to each other, I'm going to clip this to keep this down. You see how this edge is curling already. If I hadn't clipped the top and the bottom, I mean, we would be in a world of frustration right now. Sometimes you learn a few things, like you cannot over clip this. That's the other thing. I have quite a few of these clips and I'll use them all if I have to. Alright, so we've got that. So that's where we're going to end today. And we're going to let that dry. And then tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to do a couple more journaling pockets and actually not journaling pockets. We're going to make some journaling cards and some tags and decorate the belly band. So that's what we have coming up for tomorrow. Well, thank you so much for popping by, and remember to like and subscribe, share and comment. I want to hear what you're working on. Definitely do that. We will talk to you and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks everyone.